everyone, and welcome back to Liz Sews. There was a lot of interest in seeing some of my other hauls, so today I have a bra builders package. But before I open this up, I wanted to show you some of the things that I purchased from bra builders in the past. So she dyes everything to order, and she has a lot of really fun colors. So this, for instance, is a bra that I've made with her stabilized sheer tricot, and I really love this fabric. It makes the best sheer bras, and this is the Courageous colorway, I believe. But everything from here comes from bra builders, and it's all dyed at the same time. So even there might be some slight variation just because like the fabric takes up dye a little bit differently, but you can be pretty rest assured that it's going to go together really well. So just an example of some of the stuff they have. So they have a couple of sheer bras made from their stuff. Here's some kits that I've made for myself using their fabric. So you can see that, like, in general, the colors are really bright and poppy and very saturated and really pretty. And for the longest time, that's all I ever purchased from bra builders. And then lately, they've been having some really interesting laces. So I just wanted to give you some examples of those. So this is a lace that I got from bra builders. It's really pretty. And then she had recommended using the cream colorway with it, which looks very nice. So you can see I have cream straps and then findings on the inside. One thing that I think is a really unique part of her website is just that, like, a lot of times in the listing for things, she has suggestions of what she thinks would look really nice together. And so if you're stumbling or you're not quite sure what you want to get, it's kind of neat to see what other people think or how she would use it. So that was a really cool lace. This one is a really cool lace where I've used the stabilized sheer cup lining in the bottom and then this really pretty lace up on the top to get this nice effect. So now that we've seen some of the things that I've purchased from bra builders in the past, let's go ahead and take a look and see this haul. It's always packaged really pretty with this tissue paper, so it always feels like I'm opening a present when I get them. So first off, I picked up some So Fine thread. I've never used this in the past, but I had a little bit of difficulty sewing with her micro duoplex, and I had heard that this might make it a little bit easier, so I wanted to try it out. So we got it in 3 different colors. She has the colors, again, she's not dyeing these, she's getting them from the manufacturer, but she's picked out the colors that she thinks are a good match for the colors she carries. So I have evergreen, I have black, and then I got one who matched sage. So let's do this one. So she always includes these little stickers in her kit, and I have them all over my overlocker right now. So I have 5 or 6 of them, and every time I get them, it's a different image or bra. I just think it's a cool little collector's item, and I kind of like putting it on my sewing machines. And then a sweet little note from Sue, just talking about if you're not happy with anything, she'd be happy to exchange it, especially wires if you don't know that they're going to fit her. So I really like contacting Sue if I have any questions. She's a really great resource. Okay, so the first one I have here looks like I got everything in the colorway Evergreen. So this is a special colorway for the winter fall season. So it's not a color that she typically has, but it's a color she has right now. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and get it. And I did go ahead and purchase a kit just because I knew I wanted to make a bra with it, and I wanted everything to match. So the first thing we have in here is the power net right here. And so I've chosen the firm power net, which should have around 50% stretch. They also have a medium weight power net that you can pick that has 75% stretch. All of her kits are very customizable, which is another really nice thing, so you get exactly what you need or what you want. This is the lacy support kit, so you had the option of doing, I think, super stability kit, which had micro duoplex and sheer cup lining. This is lacy support, so it just has the micro duoplex. You could buy a sheer tricot kit. Like, there's lots of different types of kits that you could get with the same colorway. So this is the Micro Duoplex, and it's one that I had a little bit of issue sewing with in the past. Oh man, this is such a gorgeous color. And then of course, let's see, picked up this evergreen was supposed to go with it. Now I do think this thread actually looks a little bit more yellow toned than the way the fabric is coming out, so I don't know that that's a great match, but there's sage. Nope, that's also too yellow. But so this Micro Duoplex, it's very similar to like Duoplex from Bra Maker Supply. So really stable knit. Doesn't have very much stretch to it at all. Just the tiniest amount. It doesn't unravel, so you don't really have to worry about that at all. So you don't have to line it, but it has a really soft handed drape. So I definitely want to like work with it and figure out how the best way is to sew it. I just haven't quite figured that out yet. So there's the Micro Duoplex, and because I got the lacy support kit, I have lace to go with it. So she gives you an option probably about, I think there's maybe 10 to 15 different laces you could choose from, and you could either get the lace, if it was like a white lace, you could get it dyed to match, or it could be a lace that was a different color if you wanted. So this is the lace that I picked. I want to say this is lace 250, which is sort of like a yellowy beige colorway in its original state, and then I asked that it be dyed to match. So I think that looks really nice with those fabrics, so I'm excited about that. And then here we have the findings that go with it. So she dyes everything to order. I'm not sure I mentioned that. So, you know, when you place an order, so I placed an order on Wednesday, she dyes on Friday. And so I know that all of these things are made at the same time. And they always just look so gorgeous with each other. So here we have the findings. So I picked a 3x3, but I think you also have the option of doing a two rows high if you wanted, or 4 rows high if you wanted. So you just pick whatever one that suits you best for that particular bra you have in mind. We have underwire channeling. This is the plush stuff. When bra builders used to be called Bravo Bella bras, and they had like a nylon, it was almost like a sewn together double fold bias tape. I actually like this plush stuff a lot better, so I'm really excited that Sue has brought this on when she took the company over. So there is the underwire channeling. It does have just a little bit of stretch to it, which makes it really nice to put around the curve of the cups. I have, this is the upper arm picot elastic. She uses like a scalloped edge picot, so not as like rigid as the sawtooth one that I normally use. So I really like the scallop version. I think it's a little bit softer on your skin, especially if you have some like sensitivity issues. And the lower band picot elastic. This beautiful strap elastic. So the strap is another place where you can sort of customize the kit to fit your needs. You can select that you want a self fabric strap. So if you're going to make the fabric out of, or the strap out of your fabric, then you don't need as much of the strap elastic, and then it doesn't cost as much. I always like to select the 1/2 inch strap just because that's my preferred strap to have, but you could also choose a 3/4 of an inch strap for your project if that's what you like better. So I like that customizable feature. Then we have the rings and sliders, which again have all been dyed to match the same colorway, and they do include wires in every kit as well. So you just choose the wire. They only have one like shape of wire, so there's not like you can choose like a plunge or stuff like that, but the wires that she has are called flexi wires, so they're not as like rigid as a lot of the stamped steel ones, and they definitely, you can bend and move them a lot easier. I do have a couple bras made out of this. You can see it just has a lot more flexibility to them. I don't know that they are my favorite wire, but some people swear by them. So like if you're somebody who has found stamped steel wires to be a little bit uncomfortable, I would definitely recommend trying Bra Builders wires because they do have a little bit more freedom of movement. And then the last thing I have in this kit is twill tape. I think this is cotton, which is why it's not picking up the dye very much at all. I have 18 inches. I honestly don't use this ever in my projects, but you could use it, like if you were doing like a foam cup, you could use this to cover up that where the seams are butted up, or if you want to cover up your seams on the side of the bra, just something to help stabilize your seams a little bit better. But typically I don't really use these. I might save it and then use it for like channeling for like a 1/4 of an inch boning. Like if I'm doing a dress that has boning in it, I might save this so I can use that for channeling down the road. So this was the Evergreen kit. Now that you've seen everything that's in the kit, I don't really need to take apart the next kit as much, but you get the idea. So the next one I have is again another specialty color. So it's the color that she's offering for a short amount of time. It's not on her standard docket of colors, but I wanted to make sure and get it while she had it. And this is the Plum Pudding. So if you want to compare Plum Pudding to Courageous, you can see Courageous is a lot lighter. This one is a much deeper, sort of rich aubergine color. So it definitely is significantly different than the Courageous colorway. So nice generous cut. I can definitely get probably 2 bras out of this. And micro duoplex, again, I can probably get 2 bras out of this, as it's quite a generous cut. Especially with the lace, I probably might do one version that's like lace with just a little bit of micro duoplex, and then another version that's almost all micro duoplex. So for this one, I chose the same lace as I did on the other kit. You can see here it's dyed in a different color. So if I bring back the Evergreen lace, you can see how different they look. Even though it's the same lace, you can do them in either all the different dyed configurations. So this lace looks really pretty. I think this colorway is really, really pretty. It looks very rich and luxurious. So same deal with all the findings, same thing, customizable. You can choose the type of straps you're gonna get. You can choose the width of the hook and eyes that you want. And then it comes with the plush channeling, under band elastic, over band elastic, and straps. So that is my Plum Pudding kit. And again, a pair of wires came with it. Chose my size, but same standard wire. And then the last stuff we have in here, as I had mentioned, I could get more than 1 bra out of it. So what I did is they have these bra finishing kits that she sells, and they're really economical. I want to say these were like $5 for the finishing kits. So if I get a bra kit like this, I pay for it, and then I just add on an extra bra finishing kit for another $5, and there you have your second bra. So her kits do tend to be a little bit on the expensive side, probably close to like the high 20s in terms of costs once I get it all configured the way I like. But if you imagine that just for $5 more, you get a whole second bra out of it, I think that brings the cost really far down for me. So I really like that she has this option and that it's super economical. So I got a bra finishing kit in the Plum Pudding, which is the purple, and the Evergreen. And then I also picked up another finishing kit in Sage. So I have this kit that I purchased before that has like the Sage colorway and this beautiful Liberty fabric. And when I was picking it out, I actually picked my second kit in this peach because I thought it would be really nice to have peach and sage together. But then once I got it home, I was like, I don't love the way the peach looked with the sage, so that's why I went ahead and picked up a second sage kit to go with it. I can always use this peach somewhere else. It wasn't as harmonious with this green as I thought it was going to be. So just another finishing kit in sage. I did want to take a moment to sort of show you the sage color, the kit, just because sage in particular is one where the colors don't come out universally on all of the different materials. So I wanted to show you that so you'd be aware. So here you can see the underwire channeling. It has that same green undertone, but it definitely has a much stronger like lavender or steely gray sort of color to it. That goes as well for the hook and eyes. They look very gray toned. And then I pick up the underarm elastic, has that gray tone, or that's the overband, so the smaller one, but the underband definitely starts to pick up a little bit more of those green tones, so it's a little variegated. And then the strap, which is my favorite out of these, has this really beautiful green color. So I think that's just a natural happenstance of this, the way this particular dye is. It has dyes of different densities and different, so they work differently with different sort of materials. You can see even the back of the strap has that steely gray tone, where the front of the strap definitely picks up more of the yellow tones. And I can see that's really exemplified in the rings and sliders for this, because she actually ended up sending me 2 sets of rings and sliders in the kit. The first is purple, light lavendery purple sort of color, and I don't know if like she didn't think that was a great match, so she went back and did it again, and we have sort of a spring green color. And both of these look quite different from the rings and sliders that came the last time that I ordered the Sage kit. So these rings and sliders almost look like a bluey gray. So I don't know. I think actually I like these spring green ones a little bit better with it, because I personally like that tonality of green. But it's interesting to see how this dye works. It's very, very unique and multicolored, and I think that as long as you go into that knowing that not everything is going to be completely matchy-matchy, I think it's going to make a really beautiful, variegated tonal look. So that's everything that I purchased from Bra Builders. This time around, I got 2 kits in limited edition colors, and I got 3 additional finishing kits and the So Fine thread to go with it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this haul, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.